Hi everyone, my name is Charles Ajobu and I'm working on the Distroid project, specifically the Distroid Catalogue Knowledge Graph. And so as part of the development of Distroid Catalogue Knowledge Graph, one of the things I've been interested in is about adding identifiers to the knowledge graph, shortened to DCKG, or I'll just call it KG. And so one of the reasons why I want to add identifiers is to also show where uh, well, one the identifiers people are actually using, uh, regarding publishing media on the human technology relationship, but also just to see how people are interacting online, especially for the discussion in the discourse layer over works. So that way we know how people are receiving works, how they're interpreting them, to give us kind of like a broader picture of how the media is actually influencing the human technology relationship, especially regarding diagnosis and possible improvement. So here, I've already added an example here, which you can see on the screen. So these are all pretty much just like Substack usernames from contributors who are already in the KG. So everything here you see in purple is pretty much just going to be an identifier. And so as you can see, it's just just usernames. And so I kept the ID actually pretty simple. So here, if I take out the side panel, you can actually see the properties for an identifier. So it's just a URL date that was actually added. Well, actually collected. Of course, everything has this ID. The name, Hari, and type of what it actually is. It's an identifier. And so that's pretty much the basic properties you'll get for an identifier in the KG. So if you're also, if you're looking for a particular, person or organization who's publishing works or distributing them, you can also find them by their identifier, but also see how, what identities they have online. So that way, it's a little bit easier to see where they're actually publishing their works and also where they post, updates and personal updates. So here we have just two relationships here to show for the identifier subgraph. So first we have the identifier entity, which is right here with the example Hari. Then also we have Substack Incorporated, which is an organization, and this is the actual identifier issuer. So Substack of course, on their website, you create accounts, you get a username. Usually has to be pretty unique, so you can't have. Usually, it's not two accounts with the same username, and so they're the ones who issued the identifier. So we represent that here with this relationship called issues identifier. And the properties here is actually pretty simple. I haven't really thought of anything extra to really add. But if you guys have any ideas, let me know. And of course, that connects to an identifier. So it could be a person, organization, or classified that connects to an identifier. So that tells you who actually issued the identifier. So that way, if you're looking on Substack, you're like, oh, okay, I found this username. Oh, I can actually also search by the username. Okay, so then we go out a little bit. So you can see all the usernames. And then from there, from here, now we can see the actual people who are connected to the identifiers. So for example, we have this person here, Austin Munoz, who has this relationship here, claims identifier, Austin Munoz, nice little string of numbers, on Substack. So how you show the connections through this claims identifier relationship. Because when we don't actually know if this person, if this is actually their username or their identity. We see them, we see that's associated with them, but we don't know for sure. So that's why it's claims identifier. But we're assuming that they're claiming that that's one of their online identities. And this one doesn't have very much to it either when it comes to properties. But that's pretty much how the relationship works, and at least on the identity side. Though I probably will add a verifies identifier relationship probably later if I ever find some entity which actually does identity verification. But this way you can also give people multiple identities through through the KG. So this way, it's a little bit easier to actually find them online. And other than just osteomias, you also have it for organizations as well. So Armillaria, which is a really cool research lab, they also have their own relationship. So right here at Armillaria, there's an identifier. So yeah, it's not really necessarily much to it other than just showing the fact that the identifier space and how it's connected to people. So people and organizations themselves, generally aren't their identities to use the identifiers to interact on platforms and online. So that's what I'm trying to show here, is just how that's identifier is created and how that connects to the issuing entity. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions regarding the identifier relationship, please let me know. If there's any edits or anything that needs to be modified, removed, or added, that you think should be done, please let me know. You can send an email to ledgerback@gmail.com, or you can send a message on Twitter at Siajovu. Alternatively, you can also just go to distroid.substack.com. Not sure exactly how you would leave a message there, but I think there is a way. Those are all the ways you can contact me, and if you're interested in the project, you want to help out, that's also a way you would get in contact. So thank you for watching the video, and hopefully you gain more interest in the KG, and hopefully see how it can be helpful to you and helpful to others. And if possible, would you like to use it or help out on it, please let us know, and we'll try to work something out.